Hola amigos. So recently there has been a lot of shark attacks going on in Florida, and I wanted to come on here and share my shark attack story and eat some acai. So let's go. And just FYI, I got a matcha pataya acai and chia seed pudding base. So this happened in Sunny Isles Beach in Miami, Florida, and this was about 3 summers ago. And just to give you some context, I'm deadly afraid of sharks since I was very little. I used to have arachnophobia, and then that kind of got cured because I was more scared of sharks. Even like pictures of sharks I can't look at, detailed animated like pictures or videos of sharks, it's like still scares me. And I would kind of face my fears every time I would go in the water. So my uncle got scammed for an Airbnb, but thankfully he was able to book a hotel that was literally like right in front of the beach that we were going to. Like literally walk to the back of the hotel and you're like, there's sand, like it's already the beach. And basically that night, it was already 7 o'clock at night, but honestly there was still a lot of sun out, and it was like not as hot because the sun wasn't really up, and it was like just perfect weather. It was like warm. We were like, let's just go to the beach. So we were kind of debating whether we should stay at the hotel pool or if we wanted to go down to the beach. But the morning before, my sister wasn't able to go to the beach, and I was telling her like, oh my god, the water was so amazing, like it was like nice and warm and the sand was so soft, and I really wanted her to go to the beach. So I was kind of the one telling the group, no, let's go to the beach, it's gonna be so much fun. We go to the beach, I get in the water right away, like I'm so excited, and I'm telling my sister, hey, get in here, get in. And she was hesitant because there was a lot of seaweed on the shore, massive seaweed, like literally going into the water, you're surrounded, you're feeling it on your legs. She hated that, and I was like, it's fine, like once you kind of pass that little area, like you're not gonna feel the seaweed. This my belly button. I was this deep in. I was not that deep inside. I see a big wave coming. I turn to face the shore. I jump on the wave. My legs are kind of floating like this in the water. And that's when I feel, I wouldn't explain it as like a shooting pain because it didn't hurt. I just felt almost like electricity going from my toes, like all the way up to like the top of my head, like right here. It didn't hurt. I think that was just adrenaline in my body. I felt like something almost like this exit my foot. Like if this was my foot, it was coming out like this. For a second I was frozen, and I'm like, what if it comes back and like pulls me in? I start kicking my legs like this, and then I hit the top of its nose, like you know how that part, like just knocked it with my foot, and that's when I kind of felt it like slithering, I guess, or swimming away. For context, I was here, my mom was like a little bit closer to the shore, and then my stepdad was like just starting to come into the water. This happened like right when we got there. I was so frozen, and I was trying to tell everybody to get out of the water. It's almost like if a big block was stuck in my throat and nothing, like words couldn't come out. I think I was just in a lot of shock, and I was trying to like, and it like wouldn't come out. I started swimming in like as fast as I could because, like I said, I was scared that it was gonna come back or pull me in. And then I just belt out, no, like it was like, no, like, and I'm like swimming, and that's how it sounded like. And I was swimming in like this. I've never swum like that in my life. It's like I was like digging like through the water. My sister here was over there on the shore, standing, watching, and she's like, something bit her. Yeah, something bit her. No care at all.
Okay, well, the thing is that I thought when I saw you like wince in pain, I thought that you had I thought you were joking, and then I thought you stepped in glass, and then you're like, no, I got bit by a shark. I'm like, this bitch is overreacting. She stepped in glass, and that's it.
Just a disclaimer, we never saw the shark. Never. But I'll let you guys know a little bit later why we're 98% sure it was a shark. I'm literally crawling out of I'm like down on the sand. I'm not even all the way out of the water, so I'm kind of like almost drowning. And it wasn't until people see that trail of like blood, like kind of like that in the movies, literally look the exact same way, the trail of blood. And that's when people are like, oh my god. My uncle comes over, he looks at it, raises my foot. I was too scared to even look at my foot because I'm like, it took my foot. And so literally as he's raising my foot, I kind of squint to make sure that all my toes were there. My foot was there. I just saw like a whole bunch of blood running down, like little dots of on my foot, like this, like draining down. And so I literally could not muster up the courage to look at it, and I was like telling him, is it bad, is it bad, is it bad? And he literally was just like dead-eyed like this. all that was running through my head, F-bomb. My mom kept screaming, no, mi hija, no, which means no, my daughter, no. My uncle starts throwing water on it to kind of like let the blood drain. But if this ever happens to you, actually the nurses at the hospital told me that's not a good idea, just because of how dirty the ocean water is. Like, you can get an infection. They carry me onto like this sunbed, and this Russian lady comes up to us and she's like, I was a nurse in my country, like, let me help you. And I'm like, by all means, nobody else knows what to do. Like, my stepdad's over here like trying to use my cute new Baby Yoda shirt as a tourniquet, and then I'm like, no, don't do that. And he puts on the shirt instead of helping me. So I'm like, yeah, please help me. She elevates my foot up. She was like, you want to make sure your foot is up so the blood isn't gushing out of your body. And I'm like, yeah. And she wraps it around, and we wait for the ambulance to come. And the reason why we think it was a shark, one, we heard it from two different people. So the security was like, could have been a barracuda, but you know how barracuda's mouth is like more narrow like this. The other security was like, no, this was definitely a shark. One, because it left bite marks on the side of my foot, like little holes, and then it completely like, at the hospital they just flush the wound with water. Basically had to get this long like metal like stick. She's like, I'm gonna need to check how deep it is, and she's over here, sticks it, goes left right as deep as she can. I'm literally like, ugh. And then my mom's like, no, like, así fuerte, mija. And I'm like, please stop, I'm trying to focus. Like, it left me a 3-centimeter laceration through my foot. They just did light stitching on the like bite marks on the top of my foot. As for the bottom, they did stitch up the whole thing. They also put a cast or split, the cast, I think. And all I can remember is like being so lightheaded that I either wanted to throw up or just knock out. Like, but my mom was like, no, like, you're gonna need to eat something. Like, it could be because you lost a lot of blood. But initially I wasn't able to really feel anything here. Like, it was completely numb. Thankfully the shark didn't get my nervous system. So slowly after that I started getting more, feeling here. But it's still really tingly when you, like, let's say you pass a nail through it like this. Doctor, when I got home, she said I didn't need any more surgery. She did not want to put my body through more stress. But she says, technically, it bit me in the right possible way, only because she said that her nerves are right here, right? On her hands, on her foot. They spread out like this. The shark kind of just poked the top of my foot, but it didn't get the nerves. And then on the bottom, it didn't fracture any bones because it got kind of like the chubby part of your foot, I guess. So it honestly bit me in the perfect spot where I didn't need any more surgery. Yeah, now it's like I'm still a little bit afraid to go in the water. I still can't fully go inside the ocean. That's the shark's home, on top of many other sea creatures. We're kind of the one, infiltrating. So at the end of the day, I don't obviously don't have anything against that sharky. He probably was wondering what I was or if I was food. And yeah, I think that helped me also kind of get rid of my fear of sharks, because obviously, like, we see these movies like Jaws or the Megalodon and we're like, oh, the shark attacks are gonna rip us to pieces. Like, no, like, it really just like kind of nibbled me and like left. Thank you guys.
I was kind of hoping, not gonna lie, that maybe she had like lost something, because then she get prosthetic and then we can like
A bionic sister, bro.
Yeah,
You're dumb.